Good morning to all. My name is Anjali Vishwakarma. I'm professor of SIRT Bhopal. So, in my today's lecture, I will discuss about the computer networks, in which I will discuss about the networks, then I will discuss about the computer networks, and then I will discuss about the connecting devices and topologies and more. So, uh, firstly, I will start from networks. So what is networks? So as we all know that whenever we have to connect with the two things or more than two things, here we have to use a networks where we can share our informations. So firstly, from the network we can connect two things or more than two things, like we can connect computers, we can connect mobile phones. So networks can be defined as two and more computers connected together in such a way that they can share resources. Whenever we have to share information, files, images, media, here we use networks to send and receive the data. So this is what the networks, when two and more than two computers are connected, they are called networks. And if I'm talking about the computer network or a data network, that is telecommunication network that allow the exchange of informations, exchange of data, computing devices. There are lots of nodes that are connected by the network, and these nodes sharing the informations and data. So this is what the computer network, in which there are different types of computers are connected network for sharing the resources, sharing the information and data. So this is what the computer network. Now the next one is networkings. So there are lots of things in today's world. We cannot live without these things, that is Facebook, Google, Twitter, WhatsApp, Yahoo, Amazon. So these are the some of the examples that we use regularly. So here, to connect these things, we have networks in which we can connect, we can share, we can connect with the pupils, we can share of our files or data or information. This is what the things that we generally use. Now if I'm talking about the networks, so network is simply a collection of computers or other hardware devices that are connected together either physically or logically. So whenever two computers connected with the cable or without the cable, here we call wireless network and wired network, in which two devices or more than two computer or two devices are connected. This is called the network. They are connected physically or logically. So networking in a term that describe the process involved in designing, implementing, upgrading, managing and otherwise working with the networks and network technology. So this is what the networks, where two and more than two computers are connected and sharing their resources, their files, their data, their information. So now there are different types of advantages and disadvantages associated with the networking. So if I'm talking about the advantages of networking, so they provide connectivity and communication, provide data sharing, hardware sharing, internet access, data security and management, entertainment, performance enhancement and balancing. So these are the advantages that we got from the networking. Now if I'm talking about the disadvantages, so there are different types of disadvantages associated with this computer network, or we can say that with the networking. So the network hardware, software and setup costs, because whenever we want to connect the computers, here we need cables or devices that are connected with the computer, so they are costly. So whenever we connect, there are different types of hardware and software, that is the cost of hardware and software is so high, and we have to manage all the hardware and software. That is very difficult sometimes, and undesirable sharing. Sometimes whenever we want to share something, maybe third person can be intercept the connections, and they can modify, alter or delete the data. So this is what the desirable sharing, undesirable sharing, and it provide undesirable behavior also. Here we need to provide a security by using encryption and decryption techniques. So whenever we share our data, so this data is readable, and we want that no one can knows the data other than sender and the receiver. So here we have to provide an encryption to the information, so no one can knows the real data. So whenever we use the encryption technique, that is very costly. So this is what the disadvantages of in computer networks. Now there are different types of network in which we have to decide which type of network we have to use according to our choices, according to our need, or according to our applications. So there are the different types of networks in which I will discuss the three one, that is local area network, metropolitan area network, and wide area network. We can differentiate these three types of networks by the ranges. If I'm talking about the local area network, then it provides a uh, uh, limited area in which we can connect the data in a limited area. If I'm talking about the example of local area network, then home, school, laboratories, building, single building in which a single campus where different types of computer that we have to connect. Here we use a local area network. So the local area network has limited capability to connect the system. So this is what the local area network. Typically connected devices share the resources of a single processor or server within a small geographical area. So we can differentiate these types of network according to geographical area. Now this is what the LAN, all the system connected with the help of LAN device. Now the metropolitan area network, whenever we want to connect the two cities, so here we use a metropolitan area network. So MAN is a computer network is spread over a city. Whenever we want to connect with two cities, then here we use metropolitan area network. So here we use coaxial cable and fiber optical cables. These are the cables, wired cables, in which we can connect the two cities. So this is what the metropolitan area network. Now next one is wide area network. Whenever we want to connect all over the world, so we can say that whenever we want to connect one country to another country, here we use a wide area network. It can connect cities, countries, and continents, and worldwide. Everything we can connect with the help of wide area network. And wide area network uses a public, leased, or private communication according to our need. Wide area network uses telephone lines, satellite links, and radio links to connect. So WAN network must be able to grow itself. Internet is a common example of WAN, because with the help of internet we can connect with any person to the any country. So this is what the wide area network. So this is an example of wide area network in which we can say that it is a combination of LAN and WAN. Here, and there are different types of things that we use whenever we want to share information and data. So there's a different types of designing where we can connect the systems. So this network topology is all about the designing how the systems are connected according to our need, according to our application. We use different types of topology to connect the system. There are different types of connection computers that are connected. They can be fully connected, or they can be either side connected, or they can be connected with the central server. So this is what the network topologies. So the physical topology refers to a placement of networks various components including devices location and cable installation, while logical topology show how data flow within the networks regardless of their physical design. So there are different types of topologies, that is 5. There are 5 types of topology, that is bus, star, ring or circular, mesh, and tree. So one by one I will discuss about the topologies. So here I will start from this bus topology, that is very cost effective bus topology, in which there is a single line. With the help of single line, different types of computers are connected. They have limited capability. So in local area networks where bus topology is used, each node is connected to a single cable. Each computer or server is connected to a single bus cable. A single form of sources travels in both direction to all machine connected on the bus cable until it finds the intended recipient. So this is what the structure of bus network. Here the single line that is connected different types of computers. So this is what the bus topology. Now the next one is star topology, in which the star topology there is a one hub in the central part, and with the help of this hub different types of computers are connected. So here is the central part is used to connect the different types of computers. So in local area network with a star topology, each network host is connected to a central hub with point-to-point connection. In a star topology, every node is connected to central node called the hub or switch. The switch is the server and the peripherals are the clients. So this is what the structure of the star topology, in which if the server is fails, all the systems are fails. If one system is fail, there is nothing happen with other types of other other connected networks, other connected computers. So this is what the star topology. Now the next one is a ring topology, in which the computers are connected to either side of the computer. So this is what the computer, if one either side of the computer are faced, so the center one is affected, otherwise another, other than these types of system are not so this is ring network is a network topology in which each node connected to exactly two other nodes, forming a single continuous pathway for signals through each node. Data travel from node to node with each node along the way, handling every packets. Because the ring topology provides only one pathway between any two nodes, ring network may be disrupted by the failure of the single line. If the one single line is failed, all the networks are failed. So this is what the ring topology. The next one is mesh topology. We can say that mesh topology is a fully connected topology in which each node is connected to every other node. So this is what the mesh topology. So a mesh network can be designed using a flooding technique or a routing technique. When using a routing technique, the message is propagated along a path by hopping from node to node until the destination is reached. So this is what the mesh topology, in which every computer is connected to every other computer. It is a fully connected topology. This is called the mesh topology. The last one is tree topology. In this, there is a root node and the child node. So root node are connected to the child node. This particular type of network topology is based on the hierarchy of the nodes, in which it is a tree-like structure. So the highest level of any tree network consists of a single root node. We can say that the first node is it's a root node, and all the nodes, that is root node divided by the further. So this is called the child node. This node connected either with a single node or point-to-point links. So these lower level nodes are also connected to a single or multiple nodes in the next level down. So this is what the structure of tree topologies. So in my today's PPT, I discuss about the computer networks. I will discuss about the different types of network, that is LAN, WAN, and then I discuss about the topology. They are the different types of topology according to our use, according to our application we use. So this is what the computer network. So thank you.